For the first part, why do we need to organize cultural tour and why the past programs were not enough? In 2020, UTM organized 1,608 activities, but only 11.69% were cultural activities. Most of the other programs focus on other categories such as career, academic, entrepreneurship, or innovation. Due to lack of cultural programs, students have less knowledge about cultural issues and the impact of culture on country. For this program, we'll be focusing on 3 graduate attributes, which are global citizen, communication, and adaptability skills. From the survey that we made using Google Form, we received 41 responses. 36 respondents agree or strongly agree that global citizen and adaptability skills can be enhanced, while 37 respondents agree or strongly agree that communication skills can be enhanced by joining this program. For the third part, issues related to weaknesses of selected UTM graduate attributes. From a survey made by JobStreet in 2015 about unemployability, it shows that the standards of fresh graduates were just average. The poor ratings were not linked to their academic qualifications, but rather their poor attitudes or communication skills showed during interviews or at work. The graduates are less exposed to current world issues, lack communication skills, and unable to adapt to new environments or culture. For the last part, why do we need to address these issues? We need to address these issues because graduates will be dealing with people from different backgrounds who possess different attitudes, values, and norms. They need these skills to remain competitive, acquire new knowledge, to socialize, and also to meet with the demands of the workplace. These skills can only be developed by participating proactively in co-curricular activities or through various informal contacts.
For the program details, the activity will be named as Cultural Tour. This event will be held on 2nd to 3rd April 2021. Jawatan Kuasa Mahasiswa College Tun Hussein On are responsible for organising this activity. The targeted participants are among the UTM students, which is about 40 participants in total.
For the invited presenters or guests, we will be having 2 presenters. First is representative of Handicraft Village and Craft Museum. Second is Ahmad Shargawi bin Rahman, the director of Kelantan State Museum.
The aims and objectives for this event are to enhance global citizen, communication, and adaptability skills through social interaction, to raise awareness about importance of culture and tradition, and to develop socio-cultural competence by acknowledging and accepting differences in culture.
Hi, I'm Aireen Athilah binti Fauzi. For my part, I will talk about our activity background, invited guests or presenters, and activity schedule. First is activity background. We will have 3 activities. First is touring around Handicraft Village and Craft Museum. Here we will know about the history of handicrafts and collection of tools used during ancient times. We will know about the process of making traditional crafts such as traditional embroidery, songket weaving, and batik drawing. Second activity is touring around Kelantan State Museum. Here we will know about the history of musical instruments in Kelantan. We will be presented by the cultural performance that is Jiki Barat and Silat Melayu. We will play their traditional games and watch puppet show. Third activity is sharing session by participants. Here we will talk about our experience gained through the tour and feedback about the activity. Next is activity schedule. On Friday 2nd April 2021 at 7 am we will depart from UTM and having our breakfast time about half an hour. Around 7:30 am until 4 pm we will start our journey to Kota Baru Kelantan having lunchtime and perform Zuhur prayer. Around 4 pm until 5 pm we will arrive at Kota Baru Kelantan, check in to Tune Hotel Kota Baru City Centre and perform Asar prayer. Around 5 pm until 6 pm, we will depart from the hotel to Masjid Al-Muhammadi. Around 6 pm until 9 pm, we will perform our Maghrib prayer and Isha prayer and then having dinner time and having Islamic talk session by guest speaker. Around 9 pm until 10 pm, we will going back to hotel and dismiss. On the next day, Saturday 3rd April 2021, around 8 am until 9 am, we will be having our breakfast time and depart to Handicraft Village and Craft Museum, Kelantan. Around 9 am until 10 am, we will be having a welcoming speech by representative of Handicraft Village and Craft Museum. About 2 hours, we'll touring around the museum and then 12 pm until 2 pm, we will perform Zuhur prayer and lunchtime. Around 2 pm until 3 pm, we will arrive at Kelantan State Museum and having welcoming speech by representative of Kelantan Kelantan State Museum. Around 3 p.m. until 5 p.m. we will touring around the museum. And then 5 p.m. until 6 p.m. we will be having our closing speech by program director, having sharing session from UTM students about their experiences from this cultural program, and photography session. 6 p.m. until 8 p.m. we will having our dinner time, perform Asa and Maghrib prayer and check out from hotel. Around 8 p.m. until 4 a.m. we will depart to UTM Skudai.
For the financial statement, the income that we gain are from allocation from HEMA, which is RM4,000, RM2,800 are from participation fee, and last are from sponsorship, which is RM2,420. And for the expenses, we spent RM3,360 for food, that indicates breakfast, lunch and dinner for 2 days. Next, RM3,500 for transportation, which is bus for round trip, RM2,200 for hotel, which indicate 20 room for 1 night, and last is RM160 for entrance fee of 2 museum. So the total amount of income and expenses are RM9,220. For evaluation of communication skill, we will evaluate through a few traits, which are ability to negotiate and reach agreement, ability to communicate with people from different culture and background, and ability to use third language in conversation when the need arises. We have scale from 1 to 4, where scale 1 is poor, that indicates participants are not communicate with other people. Scale 2 is fair, that indicates participants can communicate with other people just in a small group. Scale 3 is good, that indicate participants communicate well with other people, and scale 4 is excellence, that indicates the participants are very confident in communicate with people from different culture and background. For evaluation of adaptability, we evaluate through a few traits, which are ability to adapt to the culture of new communities, ability to apply non-solution to new situation, and ability to work effectively under pressure. We also have scale from 1 to 4, where scale 1 indicates poor, that participants are unable to adapt with new environment. Scale 2 is fair, that indicates the participants are able to adapt with new environment. Scale 3 is good, that indicates the participants are able to adapt with new environment and try to solve upcoming problem. Scale 4 is excellence, that indicates the participants are adapt well with the new environment and ready to overcome any unwanted situation.
Hi, my name is Norhatikah. Now I will explain the rubric for global citizen skill. There are 3 traits for this skill. Firstly, spiritually grounded, compassionate and caring. Secondly, ability to keep updated with current world issue. Thirdly, ability to understand the impact of culture on country. There are 4 skills for this skill. 1 poor, 2 fair, 3 good and 4 excellence. For the first trait, it evaluates the acceptance of cultural difference. For the second trait, it evaluates the ability to identify relevant cultural issues. The last trait, it evaluates the ability to understand the impact of culture on country. Importance of graduate attributes. Firstly, students will be able to develop generic skills such as communication skills, adaptability skills, and global citizen skills. Secondly, students remain competitive in a high competitiveness world and able to meet with the demand of workplace. Thirdly, students will acquire new knowledge and able to interact with people well. And lastly, UTM producing holistic students that have both knowledge and generic skills. As a conclusion, this program will creating knowledgeable and technically competent students with the right attitude, traits, and skill. It's also improving the understanding importance of culture and developing socio-cultural competence. It also provides new knowledge and social opportunity. Lastly, it's broaden opportunities for education and lifelong learning, including a better understanding of history.